Hello everyone, welcome to our translational longevity series CellTalk. Today our presenter is Dr. Nupur Biswas. She will be presenting on topic lifespan or health span, which is your goal. Before beginning with the CellTalk, let me introduce Dr. Nupur Biswas. Dr. Nupur Biswas is working as a senior bioinformatics scientist as Renix. She is working on bioinformatics and other multiple projects as well. Some of her projects include designing personalized neoantigen vaccines for cancer patients and exploring the genes behind chordoma and the health applications of digital healthcare wearables. Nupur has a doctoral degree in physics, and her research work focused on studies of confined polymers. Before joining Renix, she worked at the Indian Institute of Science, Raman Research Institute, Pulavatri, and Indian Institute of Chemical Biology. At Renix, she has gained experience as not only a research mentor but as scientist contributing to various international publications. I welcome Dr. Nupur Biswas to initiate her presentation.
Thanks, Peter, for your nice introduction. Welcome, everybody. In today's CellTalk Translational Longevity Series talk, I am going to discuss about lifespan or healthspan, which is your goal. Today's discussion will be based on following research articles. Now, coming to the discussion, what is lifespan? Lifespan refers to the amount of time a person lives. So till date, depending on the available and reliable data, the maximum reported lifespan is 122 years. And on the other hand, health span refers to the period of time over which a person lives a healthy life without any chronic disease and aging related disorder. Now, the concept of health span is related to the healthy life. What does we mean by healthy life? How to define that health is good? That's why concept of health span is a challenging issue too in the context of the measuring it. So as a metric, health span is a challenging thing. It is because the goodness is a subjective parameter. It is difficult to quantify whether a person is in good health or not. Two persons having similar type of diseases may not feel equally good. That's why measuring health span is a challenge. There are other issues also. Good health can be reversible. Suppose a person is having some illness, it gets recovered. He recovered from that illness, but again he became ill after a few years or few months. So how to define is the onset of the diseases? That is also a question. And also how to consider the diseases. Which diseases should we consider, and what type of diseases and how many diseases should we consider to define the good health or end of the health span? Those things are the challenging issues to measure the health span of a person. Still, even with these challenges, researchers are trying to measure the health span. On a study based on the UK Biobank cohort, the researchers have shown that there exists almost 9 years gap between the health span and lifespan. Here, the green bar shows the life expectancy, which refers to the population level measure of the health lifespan. And this light blue color bar shows the health adjusted life expectancy, that is the population level measure of health span. It shows that there exists a 9 years gap, that is almost a decade gap between the health span and the lifespan. Now the question or the next challenge is how to reduce the gap. We need to reduce this gap because having a longer life with suffering in diseases is not good for anybody. So the challenge for the researchers in the longevity research is to reduce the gap and increase the health span. To overcome the health span lifespan gap, the key obstacle is the progressive decline in the physiological functions of human body, and also optimization of physiological function throughout the lifespan is needed. So to overcome this thing, people have studied about different diseases. Here, this study shows the diseases which are most prominent, mostly occurred are mostly observed in the cohort UK Biobank. Here we see the incidence of most prevalent chronic diseases. These are going exponentially with the increase of the age. Here we also see the plot of the health span, the brown curve. Here health span is measured as the age where the first onset of the first disease happened. That is the first disease means among the disease which are enlisted here like cancer, CHF, COPD, MI. Here CHF refers to the congestive heart failure, MI refers to the myocardial infarction. So basically it is MI refers to the stroke. So in this study, we see that a health span is ended by cancer in most of the cases. And actually, more than half of the cases, health span is ended by cancer. And apart from the cancer, the most dominating diseases were diabetes and stroke. And the disease incidence increases exponentially for almost all the diseases they concern for this particular cohort. And further also, it is shown that the diseases are very much correlated. Stroke, cardiac disease, and diabetes showed higher correlation with health span than even compared to the cancer. This is based on the Jiva study of the age at the onset of the individual condition. Then for considering these diseases, the researchers further identified 16 genetic variants associated with fast morbidity hazard. That is the end of the health span in the UKB. These are the 16 genetic variants located in different chromosomes where the researchers are considering these factors as the most genetic factors which should be studied to improve the health span. Now, to improve the health span, the most easiest way or the simplest way is to improve the or modulate the diet and the exercise, concentrating on the personalized nutrition and lifestyle. Optimal nutrition and physical activity through all stages of life are essential for health and quality of life. It is already shown that the adequate nutrition throughout the life is needed for the prevention and control of diet-related NCDs, that is the non-communicable diseases and malnutrition, of course. Along with this comes other factors like calorie restrictions and even sometimes intermediate fasting also can help to reduce the risk of the age-related comorbidities. But still, although it may sound that the nutrition and the lifestyle may change the scenario a lot, but we still may need other interventions. And among those interventions comes to the first, the pharmacological intervention. So, growing knowledge on the biologists have provided the pathways which are modulating the cell growth and proliferation versus the senescence and death has identified, and senescence and death. And it has also identified several pharmacological targets. Among them, one of the major targets is the certain family of proteins. These proteins are the signaling proteins, and they are involved in regulating metabolic functions. They coordinate the cellular stress response. It controls also biogenesis and the metabolism of the mitochondria. It is shown that the regulation of the certain family of proteins actually results in the disorders of the mitochondria, and which eventually leads to many diseases which are responsible for reduced health span. Then these diseases include like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, kidney-related diseases, and even when it can cause cancer. Another well-studied pharmacological target is the mTOR complex, mammalian targets of rapamycin. So, mTOR is a kinase. It regulates the cell proliferation, autophagy, the apoptosis, the different mechanisms. See, mTOR inhibition has shown to increase longevity in different organisms. See, and not only mTOR, its up and downstream proteins are also can be the pharmacological target for the increasing health span. So with this thing, I would like to conclude that there exists a gap between lifespan and span. Reducing this gap is more important rather than increasing the lifespan only, and the major challenges lie in the addressing the genetic factors and the lifestyles. which includes the nutrition habits of the person. With this, I thank everybody. If you have more questions, you can write me at nupur@phoenix.org.
Thank you, Dr. Nupur, for that illuminating talk. The forum is open for questions. If audience has any questions, please write them in the chat box. I don't see any questions. I have questions, Dr. Nupur. So, how long in a current situation the health span can be increased?
Okay, this is not really answered at this moment. The gap is 9 years or 10 years almost. So, but how far it can be increased or how far the gap can be reduced is still not well answered at this moment. It depends on lots of factors. Genetic factors are there, food habits. As we discussed all these things, other factors is
Yes.
genetic factors also have multiple implications like hereditary and comorbidities associated with and lifestyle also includes like how the growth of the person from the childhood conditions. If lots of parameters are there. So at this moment, it is not well answered.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nupur. And with this, we conclude our transmission longevity series CellTalk. Thank you, everyone, for your kind attention.